What a Nuisance has finished his career. There's general agreement among the owners that the gallant 7-year-old has earned his retirement, and certainly for the time being he's going to find life pretty relaxed.
It was a day of leisure for yesterday's hero. Old Water, as he's known to stable foreman Patrick Carey, certainly earned his day of rest, and a pick of grass near his Epsom stables was enough work for the day. The win was a team effort, as John Maher is quick to point out.
It was a team effort. You know, I wasn't just the one that was doing all the labour. I sort of made sure everything was done my way, type of thing. And well, we were rather fortunate. We had a wet spring, and we're rather fortunate that the race was run, you know, in a proper manner. And gee whiz, Pat Hyland's ride was probably the ride of his life.
The 7-year-old did recover quickly from yesterday's gruelling run, but the effort told on his old injuries. What a Nuisance might well have run his last race. He's done enough, according to his trainer.
I would feel it'd be a wonderful thing if he did retire.
Oaks Day tomorrow, and I thought the trifecta in the Oaks would be 1 to beat 4 and 6. The daily double is 1 and 4 into 4 and 2. The extra 2 and 1 into 12 and 3. And for the quadrilla, 7-1-4-4.
Thanks, Greg. And heavy rain in Melbourne today has caused trainer Tommy Smith to delay the return of racing champion Kingston Town. Kingston Town was due to have resumed in the Linlithgow Stakes at Flemington tomorrow, his first race in 3 years. But Smith won't risk the horse on a heavy track. Well, on Friday, the Australian Test team, smarting from its loss of the Ashes, will begin a new series. This time they'll be playing against New Zealand, who have never won a series in Australia, but have been showing some good form on tour so far. The New Zealanders' biggest gun remains Richard Hadley, who, although he's reaching the end of his career, is still a threat with both bat and ball.
At 34, Richard Hadley has spent most of his life playing cricket. He's involved in the game 12 months a year. It's his bread and butter. He's a true professional.
Richard Hadley, the cricketer, is possibly the best organised cricketer I've ever seen in terms of looking after himself, having everything he needs in his box and his bag and his gear. Richard Hadley, the man, is a slightly private individual, but again, very well organised. He has various business enterprises and so forth. He has a lovely home in Christchurch now, and he's very well placed, and he's made sure that he is well placed. He's done it all carefully, thoughtfully, and the results will be great for Richard Hadley.
Don Cameron has been watching and writing about Richard Hadley since the early 70s. He's seen the gradual transformation of a raw-boned bowler into one of the world's best all-rounders. In New Zealand, a national hero.
Oh, enormously so, yes. You know, all the kids like to see a fast bowler or a six-hitting batsman, and Hadley is you know, one of our national heroes. We like him to perform well all the time, and sometimes when he doesn't, we start to groan a bit. But no, he's right up there in the top 4 or 5 New Zealanders, kids and adults as well.
Hadley's large feet have earned him the nickname Paddles. He's been pounding down on those paddles since his Test debut in Australia 11 years ago. He's made no secret of the fact that before he retires, he wants 300 Test wickets. He now has 266. When Hadley lines up for the first Test here at the Gabba on Friday against the Australians, he'll be heading a New Zealand bowling attack, unable to provide the same penetration he'll generate. But he's used to that, and it's the sort of challenge the world's top cricketers thrive on. Hadley is the only weapon in New Zealand's bowling arsenal capable of dictating to the Australian batsmen. It's a real problem for the tourists.
He's the most accurate, he's the fastest, he's the most proficient. He's the one guy the Australian batsmen have got an awful lot of time for. And so, yeah, he's number one. Now, he knows it, the players know it, and, you know, that's the great, you know, question of the tour. If Hadley fires and knocks over the Australians, we could win. If Hadley doesn't fire, we'll be chasing big piles of runs and we won't win.
And he can handle that pressure?
Oh, he loves it, yes. He thrives on that. That's part of his target. It's part of his professional thing.
As he nears his retirement, Hadley's retiring from publicity. In Brisbane this week, he's refused to talk to anyone except Cameron and other Kiwis, including his teammates. At practice sessions, he's even been inclined to stay away from them and concentrate on his own form and style. But team manager, former Test batsman Glenn Turner, says it's not rudeness.
Well, let's hope that's the longest we hear of Richard Hadley over this coming tour. Competitors from 14 countries are in Melbourne competing in one of the world's oldest sports. And as Bram Alexander reports, bocce is a game that has changed little since the days of